Hello everyone, welcome back. This is our take 2 to present you the Pauper event for the holiday season. Last time we didn't have much luck with the deck, which is the black and green Saprolings deck. And I told you that I'm pretty sure that it's capable of doing a 5-1 or a 5-0 win because I've done it 3 times before. But last time we just had a 1 win 2 loss series, so yeah, I want to play this again and see how the deck does. Let's hope for the best here, and yeah, I just need the final copy of the Firemind's research, which you'll get at the 5th win, and then we can throw some games to get the remaining 2 copies of Llanowar Elves as well. But I'm probably not gonna record that, so let's hope that we can have a 5 win streak here. Okay, I like our hand, so we can just keep it and go first. I'll probably open up with the Saproling Migration. Okay, they have Llanowar Elves. Okay, now this is a better opening if we use our Llanowar Elves here as well, just to get some mana ramping going on, and next turn we might be able to cast Thallid Omnivore. So far they've only shown us forests, so it might be a mono green ramp deck, but at this moment I've seen the enchantment going on the Llanowar Elves, so what's the play here? We can play Swamp, that's for sure. Cast Saproling Migration, like this. Create 2 Saprolings, and then kick it to kill the Llanowar Elves. This way we didn't have much action, but at least the elf died with the enchantment on it, even though we lost a Saproling, but they're down 1 mana. And yeah, they couldn't do much more. I want to cast Thallid so that we have our mana active as well. So what's the play here? Maybe I just get greedy and play it like this. And attack for 1. It's unlikely that they'll have a creature with 3 toughness and play a Rabbit Bite from 4 mana. So you could go in for the kill, or cast a Siege Wurm. For the Siege Wurm we need almost all of our creatures. But yeah, let's go for that. So they had some sort of instant in their hand. I'm not sure what it is. Sorry for the coughing. I'm getting a little bit better after the illness, but it's still a long way ahead. Okay, so the opponent just says good game. Probably they just give up. So that's the first win. We managed to go pretty wide, and they didn't have any much creatures left in their deck other than the Llanowar Elves, so we got quite lucky there. One also, in the meantime, I've managed to solve the mystery of the neighbors. So basically, what I found out is there's a new family that just moved into the house, and they've moved in the flat above us. So yeah, they're just moving furniture all day long, and even though it's 2 AM currently in the morning, their kids are still up playing and running around in the house, so that's why I can't sleep. And I thought that maybe I should just record this take 2 on this deck. Okay, so I like our chances here. We can play turn 1 Llanowar Elves, turn 2 Thallid or Yavimaya Sapherd. Maybe throw in some Fungal Infection. Let's see what the opponent's deck is. So it's a forest, a Llanowar Elves, so far it's a mirror match. I might get greedy here and just use my Fungal Infection on the Llanowar Elf. Going for 1 and don't get much value out of this because I would have needed either 3 mana or another black source. But now what's the play? I think it's better to play the Sapherd right now and just attack with the Saproling or Saproling. Next turn we can go Deathbloom Thallid and the Doomed Dissenter. Okay, so they're pretty much on the same play, probably it's the same deck as well. So yeah, we are just going to attack here with these creatures. Even if he blocks a Saproling, it's not a huge loss for us. We get in some early damage and then we can play Thallid Omnivore. Opponents likely get a removal for this. And the chance that they attack us, I'm not going to block the Deathbloom Thallid with our Omnivore. It's interesting to see this deck in a mirror match because I haven't really seen many Saproling decks so far. It's mostly just mono white weenies with flyers or some random aggro decks. But yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so they still need the swamp, probably for their own Fungal Infection, which they will use on the Llanowar Elves. No blocks here. Yeah. It was expected though. So what can we do? It's probably good just to use the Vicious Offering preemptively, or just attack and sack the token. Yeah, we could just attack, I think. I'm probably not going to attack with the token. We might need it for some blocks. If he blocks the Sapherd, I'm gonna let that resolve, of course. And yeah, we're going in for 3 damage. And right now, I'm not sure what we should do. Maybe play the Doomed Dissenter. Or just our own Thallid is better here. Opponent's getting slightly ahead on the board, even though we have some bigger creatures, but if we don't draw any mana, we might be in trouble later down the road. They're going to probably sack something. Oh no, it's the Siege Wurm. Okay, so it's exactly the same deck that's ours. So what's the play here? Interesting place here. We could attack with Thallid, make him survive sacrificing both creatures, or we can just preemptively use our Vicious Offering, which I like better. Let's just kick it and kill the Siege Wurm. They don't have any pump spells, so we can get in for some free 6 damage. And then we can drop down a Doomed Dissenter for blocking. If he dies, we can get back a 2/2 zombie token. If he attacks with everyone, I might be tempted to block the Llanowar Elves. Okay, so it's an intelligent play from them, killing the Thallid Omnivore. We don't have any mana, or we didn't have any mana left to pump him. Should I just attack first? But then he blocks it with the Yavimaya Sapherd or the 2 Saprolings, and then we got more damage back on the way. So here I might go with Thallid. It's likely that he'll use more removal on those. Right now it's a stalemate between the two of us. Okay, opponents got their own Thallid. I mean Thallid Omnivore, which might be problematic even though they are down on their life total. They still have the Llanowar Elf or something. Yeah, let's just do it like this. We can't really kick Saproling Migration, so I'm just going to play the Doomed Dissenter here. Well, let's just play everything. We don't really have much choice, because we might need to block basically with everyone. But he can sack more Saprolings than we have defenders for. So we might just have to let Thallid Omnivore's damage in and attack on the way back. At least so far, that's the plan. Or maybe I can just block like this, get a 2/2 token back. Since it paused, opponent might has the, what's it called, the Vicious Offering. which would be quite unfortunate. Instead we have our own Vicious Offering. So what's the play here? We could -5/-5 Thallid, but then they have to sacrifice 2 Saproling tokens, so they have 2 blockers left, and we get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so they have to block 2. It's not the ideal play. Oops. Almost messed that up. We have to target a creature and then sack our own. So yeah, it's -5/-5. They can react by pumping Thallid twice, but they won't because they will just give it up instead. I think the opponent still had the chance to win this in the long run, but they weren't that confident in themselves. So as you can see, we're already at 2 wins, much better than we did last time. I mean, it's not hard to do better than we did last time, so let's hope that the streak continues. Also, it was interesting to see a mirror matchup. So yeah, we have plenty of green mana, but we don't have any black sources, and we don't have any early play, so I might have to mulligan this. Not much better. Okay, so we had to go down to 5, which I don't like. I might need the Sapherd just for some blockers. Start with the Guildgate. Okay, so it might be the red-white weenie deck. I might just use the Doomed Dissenter here. Oh, sorry. I got some bad hiccups. I hope it's not an enchantment-based deck, because we can't really deal with flyers. That's one of the weaknesses of this deck. If we don't draw any removal spells, we are quite dead. So yeah, let's just attack first and see what the opponent does. Yeah, let's go wider here than they are. Okay, so the life gain is pretty bad news for us. We might be able to grind this game out, but it's highly unlikely. They get 3 damage currently in the air, and it will only get worse. So we get 5 turns left if nothing changes, but okay. So it's even worse now. We might be able to just bait the opponent into attacking us, tapping Deathbloom Thallid, and then we might be able to double block here. I don't know if you remember from my last video, but I said that you can grind these games out even if they are turning out to be pretty long. It's all up to you and how you want to play your cards. But in the end, luck is also a factor in every card game, so it's just something that you have to keep in mind though. Okay, so they get a creature with flying and haste, so our turns are pretty numbered here, although we got Severed Strands. I don't know which one is worse, probably the lifelink, but I don't wanna use this on the lifelink. Maybe if we just kill the Starcrown Stag and go in with everyone, this might help us. Actually, I will summon the Saprolings first, and then I'll sack an inactive Saproling that we can deal any damage with. And just go in with everyone. If we have to race, they'll probably have to leave some blockers behind, if they don't have something with a haste again. Okay, so they got their answer. Fortunately for us, we got a Saproling from it. But we're also down 2 damage per turn. Okay, so the +1/+1 and the lightning doesn't really help us. And it's only a gate. So yep. That's it. Well, good game, Severian, thank you. Let's jump into the another one. So we got the Guildgate, we got some swamps, so even if we draw something with the green mana we are okay. We'll have Fungal Infection ready. I think this is good. So far, nothing has come up from the enemy. Okay, so they got a Daybreak Chaplain, which we could... Well, I don't want to do anything with it currently. So we can use our forest. I have to play Thallid here. Spending mana on Llanowar Elves will just get us behind on Temple. This way they can't really attack into us. Okay, they get some Luminous Bonds, which is fine because then we can just sack Thallid, give -5/-5 to someone. Play this here first. And then cast Thallid Omnivore. They probably won't have another Luminous Bonds. If they do, we are in quite a bit of trouble. Instead it's a Blade Instructor with Mentor. Okay, so I like our chances, because if we just play Fungal Infection here, we get a Saproling token. If they have a pump spell, they have to use that. Okay, that's also fine. We could have used the other Fungal Infection just as a reaction to this. But it's still more beneficial for us to just go in and attack. Okay, so we get to the damage phase. We can use our Llanowar Elves here. And yeah, once our turn ends, can I just mark their turn here? Okay, yeah, it wasn't visible. Good. So yeah, we can just end our turn here. And so they've dropped down. We can use another Fungal Infection on the Mentor. They might have to use another pump spell here. Seems like they don't have it. Instead it's a lifelink creature. And a Selesnya Locket, which is fine. We could -2/-2 the soldier now and attack with everyone. Well, technically not everyone, just Thallid Omnivore. Yeah, I like that. The opponent doesn't have many cards in their hands either. This way their lifelink is severed a bit. And if they don't block here, they get to do some free damage every turn. So we can keep the migration next turn. I don't want to waste it here. And that's another lifelink token. Okay, let's attack first. That's the golden rule here. Do they want to sack the token? They can't because they don't have the mana for it. And here I quite like the idea of just kicking this one. I don't think they can -1/-1. Yeah, let's just kick it for some extra Saproling action, going even wider on the board. I can't even guess what they have. Okay, so it's Luminous Pond again. Totally fine by us. Because this way, if we are just attacking with almost everyone, they can block 1. Block 2, and we can sack those tokens. So they don't get any lifelink from those creatures, even though they were blocking, and we can get our Yavimaya Sapherd on the board, and then our turn. Some removal spell would be nice here. Sorry about the coughing. Instead, it's another Saproling Migration. So yeah, let's just use that and pass the turn. I don't really want to give them a free lifelink, even though I could use the token sacking as a mechanism. In the long run, we might not get their life total down enough, and we just lose creatures. Okay, so they have a flyer with Mentor. I don't like our chances anymore. But now it looks a bit better. Because we can use our creatures that have luminous bonds on them for Convoke. So our chances grew drastically here. Let's just pass the turn. So opponent has to stay back and block the Siege Wurm at least. And then the rest of the creatures can get in for the kill. This is 10 damage here. With this one it's 12. Okay, so removal spell would be nice again. So what can we do here? We have 12, we have 17 damage on board. We could attack with everyone. They will probably block the 3 largest threats. Or 4 now. They can block the Siege Wurm fully. And 2 other creatures. So that's only 9 damage in. But if we waste our time, it's likely that they are just going to draw some luminous bonds and throw it on the Siege Wurm. So I kinda have to risk it. Kind of like this. If they block the Siege Wurm fully, I might be tempted to sacrifice it. But this won't be enough to kill it, but they'll get 1 life back. So that's 5 damage. I might have to kill the lifelink creatures here. I think that's good, because both of them will die. Okay, let's do it like this. And the other one is get blocked by those ones. So I think he's dead. Right? Yep, he's definitely dead. Oh, they could. Oh no, no, because Settle the Wreckage is not a common card. So yeah. For a second, I got scared there that they might have Settled the Wreckage in their hand. So yeah. Okay, so it was a pretty intense game. We are at 1 loss currently and 3 wins. I think we should continue, right? So as you can see, this deck is really capable of winning games even from behind, but the downside of it is that you have to spend some time and a lot of thinking on those. Yeah, I like this hand, especially that we are going first. We can throw down the Llanowar Elves in turn 1. Get a Saproling Migration going on turn 2, while also attacking for 1. Let's see what they have. I might be tempted to just attack here. Yeah, let's attack first. That's the way to go. Because one of them will get in. Or both of them actually. And now I don't feel that bad about just sacking them. And let's see what they have for us next. Okay, so they got a flying griffin here. We might have to use our sacrifice on it. The only question is whether to use it with the -2/-2. Okay, so they didn't have any interaction. If they did, they should have pumped it. But now we can just summon Thallid Omnivore and attack for 1. This was a really nice hand because we got plenty removal spells here that could deal with the early creatures that the opponent had. Seems like they are stuck at 3 mana, or they're just thinking on what to do. Thallid will probably get Luminous Bonded here, as expected from a white deck. Instead they are killing the tapped creature there, instead of the Llanowar Elves. I don't see why, but maybe we should just attack here with everyone, or just with Thallid. I think just Thallid is enough, and we should summon another one in case they have another one of these sorcery speed removal spells or get luminous bonds. Yep, exactly like that. And now we can just jump in for some damage. We can end our turn. We can cast these spells reactively if we so desire. So they have a lifelinker. Do they have anything else? Okay, so it gets an aura. We can just Vicious Offering this in response to the aura, so we don't have to sacrifice someone to get it -5/-5. So I'm fine with that. Okay, so we got another Thallid. We have 4 of these in our deck, and we didn't even draw like a quarter of our deck, and we've seen 3 so far. So yeah, just attack here for 3, and then summon our friend. Opponent is dead next turn if they don't use anything here. They have a Sky Scanner. We don't have the mana to react to it, but we have it now. And we can attack for the win. GG's. So yeah, this is an ideal situation where you have your creatures at the ready and you get plenty of removal spells to deal with the early creatures of the opponent's plays. Okay, so we got the Eldest Reborn. Unfortunately, I think everyone has 4 copies of this from the Game Awards promo, so it gets into our Vault progress, but it's still good. We're at 4 wins currently and 1 loss. Let's see if we could get the final copy of Firemind's Research, or if I have to play some more games later. Well, not later technically, because I think I'll go to bed after this game, but maybe tomorrow. Let's look at our hand. Looks decent, even though we are lacking some early plays, but I'm still going to hold on to this, just because of Fungal Infection and the Yavimaya Sapherd. Opponent is on the forest. Since we can't cast anything else, I want to get rid of their elf as soon as possible before they can use it to get some mana. This will set them behind a turn, or just put them on our level. Well, looks like another mirror match. Maybe I should just attack into this. They block, probably. So it's kind of like a board wipe, and we get our Yavimaya Sapherd. So on the way back, we can block. Let's hope they don't draw that many mana. Or they can just sack it and kill my Yavimaya Sapherd. Give him -2/-2. Okay, so they are running Dead Weight, which is also a fine card. They left open a swamp and a forest, so they might have their own Fungal Infection. No, instead it's another Saproling Migration. I'm happily trading my Saprolings. Let's get another swamp in play with some elves and the Yavimaya Sapherd. Here I might just block one of the saplings if they let me do that. But if the Sapherd doesn't survive this... Okay, so they get their own Fungal Infection, which is expected, and Deathbloom Thallid. Yeah, I think we might have to attack here. Give them a chance to kill the Yavimaya Sapherd with a double block, or just block with Thallid and get a token back. But at least they won't be dealing 3 damage to us. And we could use another Sapherd. So that's 3 Yavimaya Sapherds used in the first 11 cards of our deck. I kind of want to wait with this, just to represent something in our hand, even though it would be more mana efficient to just cast it right now. But if we draw a land, we could kick it for 6. Should we attack into these? I might be a little bit too aggressive, but the opponent doesn't have many cards in their hand, so they have to double block this and kill the Saprolings with their own Saprolings. And here I kind of want to play the unkicked version because we don't have the mana for the other one, and just end our turn, representing still a card in our hand, but some threat on the board as well. And we get our Vicious Offering, which is good, but I don't want to waste it on their Llanowar Elves, so we are just going to attack here. They're getting in 1 damage, totally fine. Severed Strands. There's an argument that we could summon more Saprolings here and end the game faster. but I would really like to kick the Saproling Migration. Plus I want to hold on to our Vicious Offering here, and this looks like a pretty good option to do so. Because they don't have any cards in their hand. If they want to sack the Llanowar Elves, that's totally fine by me. Or I might wait for my own turn. Yeah, let's cast it right now. The kicked version. Sack a Saproling. Even if they pump him once, it's still -5/-5, so it's really in our favor. They can't really save this creature. And now, yeah, I'm in trouble because had we cast the Saproling Migration earlier, we could have had the Siege Wurm. But now I just want to keep attacking until they block with the Llanowar Elves and pass the turn. Let's wait until we get our 6th mana. There it is. So we can just play it kicked. Next turn the Siege Wurm comes down. We can get rid of someone on the next turn with Severed Strands. So I'd like to play it like this. Siege Wurm is down, attacking for 3. Let's hope that the opponent doesn't have anything in their hand representing a threat for us. Oh, they are targeting the creatures. That is also fine. We can just get in right now for a bunch of damage. They block one of the Saprolings, take 7. We can summon Thallid Omnivore. Opponent's life total seems to be dwindling here. Yeah, GG's. Shark works. I kind of like your name. Yeah, so thank you all for these games. I mean all my opponents, and we managed to get to a 5-1 win. So our total record is like, I've lost the first session I've played with this deck because I was still unfamiliar with it, and I've drawn into some situations where I didn't have much lands. So the first one was, I think, 1 win and 2 losses. Then I went 5-0, then 5-1, or was the first time a 5-1? Yeah, I think it was 1-2, then 5-1, 5-0, 5-1. Then I recorded my video just before this one, and I went, I think, 1-2 there as well. And now it's a 5-1 again, so this should be the final copy of our Firemind's research. Let's claim the prize. Yeah. Let's check our collection real quick. Yes, there's the full copy of Firemind's research there. So my next goal will be to get 2 more copies of Llanowar Elves, and for this to happen you have to just jump into the Holiday Pauper event, play a bunch of matches until you get 1 win, and then you can just resign, because you will get Llanowar Elves wherever you stop, so it doesn't really matter whether you've won 1 or 4 games, or anywhere in between, you will still get the Llanowar Elves. For 5 wins you will get the Firemind's research, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I would show you the deck one more time, or you can just look up my video that I've uploaded earlier. So 4 Fungal Infection, 4 Llanowar Elves, 4 Doomed Dissenters, 2 Severed Strands, 3 Vicious Offerings, Saproling Migration, 4 copies, then 4 of Deathbloom Thallids and 4 Yavimaya Sapherds, 2 Eviscerates, 4 Thallid Omnivores, 3 Siege Wurms, 10 Swamps, 8 Forests, and 4 Golgari Guildgates. That's the deck. I think you should give it a try. As you can see, it pretty much can bring you the victory that you need if you are still looking for these cards. If not, this is just a fun deck to play with. There's nothing flashy in it. The games can be a little bit grindy, so it's not your typical getting the opponent's face, win in 5 minutes or lose in 2 situations, but it can bring some wins in. So yeah, just give it a try. And thank you guys for watching this video as well. And I'm really hoping that this proves that this deck is really capable of bringing you some victory. Yeah, so thank you guys and have a nice day.